I'm making this video today uh, talking about some of the things that I kind of struggle with. Actually, I struggle with a lot. Uh, but one of the things that I really struggle with is the loss of friends. Um, as I get older, excuse me, I'm from California originally, so I got real sick when I came out to North Carolina, like on death's door. And even though I've physically recovered for the most part, mentally I tend to like think about my past and how things were back in the day. Especially, I guess, during the holidays. But I mean, I'm realizing everything, like especially in the U.S., is just about the dollar. So it's just another day. It's just another way. It's just another day, another way to promote the stuff that they want to sell. Um, and that kind of makes me think I want to freaking get on a plane and maybe go to another country and just live out my life as like an expat in like Thailand or something. Because and it's not about the women or anything like that. I don't really give a crap about all that. I had enough women in my lifetime to, yeah, good enough. But it's so much cheaper over there, and people are valued differently over there. You know, people are like, even like the elderly people are actually valued. They're not looked at as like, their wisdom's valued. They're not looked at as like a meal ticket for the healthcare providers that charge the insurance companies for giving you medications and stuff. I mean, I totally get it. I mean, I understand it. I'm part of the system where I'm on the receiving end at this point. But what I was really thinking about was the loss of friends as you get older. I had a friend of mine, and we were all service guys, so we all went in the service at a very young age. I went in the Marines and spent 4 years there, and then I went back in the Navy, did 2 more years of the Navy. But a friend of mine went in the service after me. A couple of friends of mine went in the service after me because there was nothing else going on. There was there was no opportunities. It was like I'm sleeping on my parents' couch. I got no life. I don't know what I'm doing. So, and we were from a poor background. Our family was not rich. In my case, my family had dispersed because my dad killed himself. But I had a friend of mine that I used to surf with back in the day, and we kind of dominated the whole Ocean Beach area in the '80s, surfing all the time. We were part of like a little crew that hung out with a surf shop called South Coast Surf Shop, Ocean Beach Surf Shop down in San Diego, and we were just these just dudes that would hang out, and go surf, and meet up and hang out with each other. But then when I went in the Marines, it kind of all it shifted when I went in the Marines, and then when I got out, then we hung out again in the mid '80s. But I had a friend of mine that had gone into the Army. He was a Ranger he was a Green Beret. And he wasn't a big guy. He was probably 5'6", maybe, but just had the full guns, And he was really motivated about everything. I mean, it didn't matter if he was drinking the beer. It didn't matter if he was, we were just all down and out. He was always just upbeat. But he had a temper that if you crossed him. It was almost like a light switch. He'd look at you and just freaking come unglued. We all had another friend of mine that pissed him off one day, and the guy I know, just came across the table. It was at like a Roberto's. It was like a taco shop. And he came across the table and just knocked him out and broke all his teeth out. So, I mean, that was kind of like, it's like a Jekyll and Hyde type of thing with him. I always got along with him. I never had any beefs with him. We always, we got along because I would listen to him and he, you know, we were cool. So, you know, he totally got me because, I had grown up in a dysfunctional family and so my life was no bed of roses, you know. So, but then he developed cancer back in the late 2000s, 2008. I think he probably developed the cancer. He died in 2009, and he was 43 years old. And it still gets to me now thinking about it because he was a good friend, and we did a lot of stuff, and you know, back in the day, surfing and hanging out and stuff, and then I had some other friends that had pretty much just gone down the bottle, so they were drinking themselves to death, you know, probably by the early to mid 90s. But that's one of the things I realized about getting older is that, you know, your friends disappear. And all you're really left with is your own emotions and feelings about your friends. So I have, especially like the holidays, because I was brought up in the Catholic Church, but I was never really religious because I thought it was all like a bunch of, it's just a way for people to freaking make money. And I was like, yeah, screw that shit, you know. But, and even as I get older and closer to the other side, I still just, I can't bring myself to believe in something I can't see. So I believe that when you die, you just die. That's it. You know, it's like lights out. There is no like overthinking it and, well, maybe the soul just goes, whoosh. And so, you know, he's up there in heaven, he's going, I hope you're all right. You know, I don't think that really happens. I think when you're dead, you're dead. Your mind, however you think, everything else is gone. So we never know what the next person is thinking. If people want to believe that there's an afterlife and this, that, and the other, just to give them a little bit of solace, then I think that's fine, but whatever. Just don't throw it in my face. But friends is one of the big things I was thinking about this season. Friends, like real friends, people that you really, not people that you just meet on the street and they're like, dude, you got a cigarette, man? Help me out. Or you give me a ride somewhere, bro? That's not a friend. That's somebody that's just, you know, passing through. But the people that were there, like when you're a kid, when you were like growing up, the people that you rode bikes with, the people you threw rocks at cars with, you know. Those are the people that I start to miss more and more as I get older because I know that it's a finality. They're gone. You know, like my buddy that was a Green Beret in the Army. He's gone. He's dead. He's been dead 15 years. And you know, I think about the times that we used to have and how life was void of all the social media stuff that we seem to be kind of forced into, where it's like, that's what's happening. That's my observation of the world, that we have been forced into this digital era of social media and social media dependency, where you can't really live without social media. That's kind of the way, you know, or the digital currency and this, that, and the other. But the loss of social interactions, like the social interactions that we used to have when I was a kid, growing up surfing the beach, surfing with my friends, It was just a camaraderie that would keep you out of depression. You didn't we never got depressed. We were like, dude, the freaking waves are firing. We're there, dude. And I lost that. I don't have that anymore. And I get sad about it, and I grieve about it. But for me personally, it was leaving that environment when my friends were disappearing anyway was the best thing for me, because it was new generations coming in there. Younger people were coming in. We were getting older, and we were like, our time as young people hanging out surfing was gone. So I guess there is no point in the story. It's just something I wanted to share. Something that I think about. When times feel emotionally difficult, and you're thinking about your life, and you're thinking about your past, and you're thinking about the what ifs, and did I make a right decision, and am I happy? And I believe that all the riches in the world, like all the things I worked so hard for, I have, but the one thing that I miss the most are my friends. Yeah. All right. I gotta go. Thanks for watching.